Hi boys and girls, it's Shane, and I'm going to be spray painting on this countertop to make it look like a galaxy. But first I'm going to give you the best tip I've probably ever given you for saving money. This could save you thousands of dollars depending on the phone you have. And that is, whenever you're going to be using spray paint, it makes an aerosol into the air. That aerosol spray can get into the USB-C charging port on your phone. So you have a phone with a USB-C charging port, it doesn't really matter what kind it is. You should take a piece of painter's tape before you use spray paint, and you should cover up that port. I'm going to do it right now while I chit chat with you. So now my phone port is covered, which means that aerosol can't get inside there and block the connection, so my charger will still work when I'm finished. You'd be amazed at how many times I've been painting on something and then my phone won't charge afterwards. But anyway, let's get to making some planets. So this is going to be for our kitchen. We've got the edge done with an epoxy sculpt. This is just particle board right now, but we need it to feel more planetary. All right, first planet, we're going to start with some dark purple here. And I just really want to lay this layer on thick. I'm not worried about getting bigger than the cabinet area. We've already primed this with just a black primer, but it's just cheap particle board. I think that's probably enough now. And we're going to be using a fluorescent pink. This is going to help us with the blacklight effects that we want. I'm just going to cover this up real good in the pink. I want total coverage, but I don't want it to be too puddly. This one I'm not as worried about as some. There we go, just like that. I'm going to take some brown paper. You could use newspaper as well, but I think you get more of a crackle with this brown paper. And we're going to set it right here. So there's where the circle is. I'm going to set it. And I'm going to stretch my fingers like so. Create kind of a crackle effect, just like that. Now we're going to come across with some orange. And I'm going to cover the areas we've already covered. This is a fluorescent orange. This will be brighter than the pink. I wad the paper up real good. Set it on here. Hold it down and just stretch it across. Very, very good. I'm not real happy with a couple spots on here, so I'm just going to touch up some center areas. Now we need a round object. I'm going to use some of my favorite rock putty. I'm just going to pick part of this planet I like. I think about there. So now, more black primer. We're just going to cover this whole area. See how it's oversprayed off into that? We're going to cover it all back in black primer. So now we want it to feel like it's a star and it's glowing. So we're going to use some more of this orange. And I'm just going to spray very close to it. Alright, let's take this off and see how we're looking. Ooh, that looks like a glowing star, doesn't it? Ah, that's the first of several planets and stars that are going to be a part of this countertop. You can see quite a bit of overspray. It all started off black, but now it's got a little bit of an orange tinge. But I think that star is going to set a good beginning. Let's see what it looks like in a blacklight. Oh yeah. That is going to be a cool kitchen countertop, don't you think, boys and girls? I'm super excited. Right now, undoubtedly, my pirate house is my favorite. This is a navy blue. My favorite of my countertops, but I'm thinking this one could be a close second. So I'm going to do an area of navy blue here. It's not going to be very easy for you to see this on the black, I understand, but that's okay. Now we're using neon green. There we go. Some glow in the dark green. And now a little white. So this one we're going to want a shadow on it because it's going to be a planet. And we're going to put the shadow the opposite side of that star we had earlier. Now we'll set an object on it so that it covers part of the shadow. Black. And there we go. We got us a little ball. I wonder what that one's going to look like in a black light. This countertop is going to be super cool. Look at that. Isn't that fun? We can't do them all gigantic. Sometimes we need to have little bitty planets. So let's do a little planet right here. So that's some brown. We'll do brown and we'll do glow in the dark. So this is like a glow in the dark green. Kind of like what we used on that other one. No idea how this is going to go. I'm going to really crinkle the paper up on this one. There we go. So we'll do the shadow this way. Just want this to be a little bitty planet. Let's spray around it. Let's remove it and see how we did. We got us a little brown rock there, don't we? Shows up a little bit more with the black light. Not quite as striking as that one. I think I'm going to come in with a little bit more color and add just a little bit more depth to that. So this is just a little bit of invisible blue. I'm going to use a screw to apply it. See how that looks with the black light? This is one of my favorite paints, but this is kind of a spendy paint. This is a fluorescent blue, so this will glow blue in a black light. Oh yeah, it's spraying. This is going to help us a bunch getting a good layer of this down first. There aren't a lot of blues that really glow fluorescent. Next we're going to do some fluorescent green. I really want this one to stand out. It'll be a little further from the others. And just a touch of pink. Ooh, that turned out nice. Now let's add a little bit of a black shadow. We're going to add it to this side over here. This is going to be a big one, so I'm going to use a whole gallon of paint for this, like so. Okay, let's see how this one looks. Ooh, I like that one a lot. And there it is with the black light. You can see these over here. How's that for a unique countertop?